This is a video response to the stream on Shayrah's channel about the Brock Turner rape case and some of the things they discussed on that stream. I thought it was a very good stream, very interesting. Talked about a wide variety of things, from rape cases to the prison system and even racism, and I found it very enjoyable myself. Um, and I guess some of the things that I wanted to add to the discussion, I guess I'll start with the prison systems first. Um, I'm the kind of person, like, I don't agree with long prison sentences. I think the idea of like sending someone in prison for longer than 20 years is kind of silly and absurd. Um, like sometimes I'll hear in the news about some people who are producing child pornography and they get like 1,000+ years in prison because of all of the child porn that they produce. And they just get like so many counts of it that they just end up being sentenced to 1,000 years in prison. Like I just never could get, like, what's the difference between being sent to jail for 1,000 years or a life, or to life? It's just weird. How can you sentence someone to jail, a longer period of time than they're gonna live? It just seems so strange and weird to me. And it kind of does speak for the type, like, what our prison system is really for. It's not a system for rehabilitating people and trying to, I guess, fix them or help them get through why they're committing these crimes, and to then put, like, we're not trying to put people back into society. And it's all based around like punishing people, and it's really dumb. And a while back, like maybe a few months back, I made a video titled "Let's Be More Compassionate" or something about that. And I was, at the time, I was kind of thinking about and referring to different things, but I think that, looking at the prison systems, that can be a good example of how we're just not a very compassion based society. We're not. Instead, we're a society of vengeful morons, that don't actually want to understand things and make them better and fix them. It's just fucking dumb what we do. Um, you know, the prison system is evidence of this. So, uh, and some other things I talked about was racism in America. And one thing that I thought was kind of weird was how they said that, like, some people are, or that they say that you have to kind of remind people that racism is still a problem in America. And personally, I mean, this is just based on my experiences. I really never like see a lot of people trying to act like racism isn't a problem. Um, I mean, I think that's just something that I don't really see. Like, I think most people would probably admit that in some way, shape, or form, there is still some racism in this country. But I've never seen people trying to deny it. There might be people trying to, downplay the significance of it to a certain degree, or, make it seem like maybe it's not a big deal. It's like, well, we're not dressing up like Klans members, so it must not be a big problem anymore. But so that was just something I thought was kind of weird. But another thing is, as far as like racism in this country, something that I've always wondered is, when you look at a lot of the problems that, I guess, face the black community or whatever, I wonder, like, how many of those problems are actually like because of racism, and then how many of those problems are due to like socioeconomics. You know, like what if the only reason more black people commit crimes is because more black people are poor and they feel the need to commit crimes just to make money, just to survive and put a roof over their head, you know? So, like, I'm not denying that racism is not a problem, but that's just something I've always wondered. Like, if you could somehow even out the playing field as far as like socioeconomics go, and just kind of almost end poverty to a certain extent. You know, like would you still see more black people going in prison than white people? You know, would the statistics eventually change, or would it still kind of be the way it is now, as far as like the statistics go? But yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to add on to that stream. I think I said everything I wanted to say, so